What's good, Madridistas? Welcome back to the channel. Look, I know I've been inconsistent, guys, but work, life has just been kicking my ass, man. I'm trying to find a consistent schedule to get these videos. This is going to be a match preview video. I told myself I'm not going to be doing these, but this game, this situation is way too important. This needs to be done. And to be honest, guys, we just need to talk. And I'm not talking about in a meltdown type of way. I'm not talking about like the season's over, press the panic button type of way. I'm talking about this match right here today happening at the San Mamés is actually going to decide the direction for the rest of the season. That's what this is all about. That's why this video is being made. So we are facing Athletic Bilbao. We are walking into the San Mamés, one of the most intense, hostile, emotional football stadiums on the planet. Like that place is loud. Like I've seen teams crumble under the noise alone. Identity matters there. And to be honest, we're going to have to earn everything in this match. This is going to be a reality check for the club, the manager, and the players. And quite honestly, the fans like me, because I'm usually optimistic about Real Madrid. I'm usually very overly confident about every game Real Madrid plays. But right now, I don't have that. We have lost the aura. Blood is in the water. Teams can see that we are limping right now, and no one is afraid of us. No one, especially after the Girona match. And they're reading these papers and seeing all this drama. For like, Bilbao is going to be up for this just because they can smell blood in the water. I can't remember the last time I felt this way about my team, that we have no swag. We have no aura, right? And teams don't respect us or fear us anymore. This is mission critical. And I will say this with my chest. Real Madrid will win this game. Real Madrid will win this game because this is a must-win game. That's literally what it is. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Mbappe, and is he making a positive or negative impact on this club, on this team, whatever you want to call it. I want to talk about our defense and if we need some reinforcements, because things started off great. But now with injuries and age coming into effect, can we make it through the rest of the season? And then obviously we need to talk about Xabi Alonso, because he's either going to turn this thing around or he's going to get swallowed up by the pressure of Real Madrid. And to be quite honest, I've ran out of excuses for Xabi Alonso, to be honest. And if you don't think I've been blaming him enough, keep watching this video. So let's just jump right into it. Let's start off with who we're facing, Bilbao. And look, to be honest, I don't know what to expect in this match. Bilbao, I had them finishing fourth. They're currently in eighth. And Nico Williams, I thought was going to just carry this team. He is not. Now, I don't think he's overhyped. I just don't think that he's playing next to great players like he did when he was playing for Spain. This is a tough team, guys. This is a tidy team. They're all about culture. The Basque region is just known to be intense. The people there are stubborn, physical, relentless, and that's everything this club is. That's how they play. This team has not been relegated in like 120 plus years. They bring in only Basque players because of the Cantera rule that they have. And I respect that. I respect that, man. I've watched this team. I've respected this team. Adaritz, one of the best strikers I've seen in La Liga, man. That guy was phenomenal. Like they produce players. Let's just talk about that tactical identity. I'm imagining that they've watched tape and see that we struggle against low block teams. Any team that comes in there that is organized defensively, we struggle against. I don't know if they're going to switch up how they play, but maybe we can expect to see a low block from them. If not, then we might have a chance to score more goals than just one, like a Girona, okay? But if they play a low block, we're going to have trouble breaking that down. Now, they like to counter at full speed, especially if we lose the ball. And, that could create some issues for us because defensively, like in our transitions, we've been very slow. Players don't run back, and it leaves the back line exposed, especially with Trent out there. And I'll get to Trent in a little bit. They like to play wide. They play long diagonals, switches, direct balls. I expect them to play in a lot of crosses. They like to do that. And we are allergic, literally allergic to defending crosses, guys. High balls, aerial duels, all that. We just can't. We don't want to defend it. We don't. I don't get it. Right now, we just look like we're not built to play in tough games. And this is going to be a tough game. This is going to be a tough game, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And honestly, like tonight matters so much. Like we need to see a change in the players' mentality tonight for this match. I want to see intensity. I want to see fight because we need 3 points. If they play a high line, that's going to be beautiful for Mbappe, Vinicius, Jude, Arda to get behind and create chances. Now, we create a lot of chances whenever we play. We just don't bag them. We don't bag them. We need that to change. Let's talk about this Mbappe situation, man. Mbappe is brilliant. Best player in the world. He's having an amazing season right now, individually. Okay, he's elite. He likes taking on defenders. He can do anything with that ball. He's clinical in his finishing. He's fast. And you can see the passion. You can. I see the passion in Mbappe. He really goes out there and fights. But the question is he actually making a positive impact to Real Madrid? We've already seen a season and a half of this. He's scoring a lot of goals, but we're still stumbling. And honestly, I don't know if he's building structure because there's only one ball on the pitch. And we knew when we were bringing in Mbappe that he was going to demand more of the ball than any other player. And that's fine. It's working out for him. But it's not working out for players like Vinicius. It's not working out for players like Jude. And that can cause some issues, right? We've lost a little bit of cohesion. The Vinny Mbappe debate about them being able to play together, I think that's more a pivotal conversation and a factor than this whole Jude and Arda playing together thing. They haven't built that chemistry like a Vinicius or a Benzema. Benzema was a true 9, so you can make that argument. But I don't see them connecting that well yet, guys, to be honest. Arda Güler is this fully connected to Mbappe. Fully connected. But I would expect more from Vinicius and Mbappe as a pairing. But a lot of things go against them, right? They like to live in that left channel, both of them. They both make the same diagonal runs. They have that same instinct to just drive inside, and they love to just veer to the left. They occupy all that space. And everybody wants Mbappe to run in the box. So it's not going to happen at this point, guys. This is not going to happen. I mean, I was surprised when he scored that header against Olympiacos. So very surprised. They're fighting for the same space. And look, you can't blame Mbappe for that. Everybody knew this was going to be the case. And it's working out for him, but it's not working out for the rest of the team. And Xavi Alonso needs to figure out this balance ASAP. So I'm not hating on Mbappe, but we're not seeing his presence, his brilliance affect the overall team. And we kind of saw that at PSG. The next kind of conflict is Jude and Arda, right? You guys love talking about this. Can they play together? The truth is, yes, they can. I made a video about this, guys, and they're both intelligent enough to do this easily. Easily. It just comes down to Xavi Alonso consistently playing them in their best roles, right? Stop moving Arda as a 6-1 game and putting him as a 10. And the same with Jude. Stop putting him as an 8 or a 10 or a 6 and stuff like that. You need to build consistency. They need to be able to know that they're going into the match playing the same position, because in those positions becomes roles and responsibilities. And if you keep switching them up, mentally they just can't make those adjustments. We need to build the chemistry with those two. Now, in my video that I put out saying that they can't play together, I mentioned that I would prefer Jude as the 10 because he just demands more from defenders. He can pull them away. He's physically imposing. He likes to crash the box, get in on scoring opportunities, and that helps out Mbappe. Arda Güler is literally connected to a string with Kylian Mbappe in that 10 role. And I just think because he's a pure creator, he's brilliant in tight spaces, and he can split lines, he just needs to stay as a number 10. Okay? Let's go back to playing him like an Isco or an Ozil, right? Just let him run free, let him veer to the right a little bit, play in the middle, do his thing. Don't put him at the 6. Don't put him at the 8. Let him play the 10. Put Jude at the 8 because he's an engine. He loves to press. Like I said, he's physically imposing. He crashes the box. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He loves doing that stuff. And we've seen him do that at Dortmund. So he can do that. Now, will Jude like that? I don't know. Xabi Alonso needs to have that conversation and solve that problem. But at this point in the season, I think Arda Güler has proven that he's the preferred and best 10 that we have right now. Jude, I love him to death. I love what he does. But for the sake of the team and chemistry, we need him to just be at that 8 position, guys. We really do. Talk about this defense. We all knew that going into the season, this was the biggest thing that we needed to fix. And it looked like we did. It looked like we addressed that, okay? Other than that Atletico Madrid game, defensively, I think we've been way better than last season. We're not leaking as many goals, right? But I'm starting to see some cracks, okay? Players are getting injured. Players keep getting moved around. And with Trent out there, it's creating issues. Now, we all knew that. We all knew that when we brought him in. And he's always going to need a babysitter. He's always going to need a babysitter when it comes to defending. We need to find some consistency. And I think we need some reinforcements, to be honest, guys. Now, reinforcements can come in the summer, but we can bring in a player in the winter. And I think we need to do that for a couple of reasons. One, we got a lot of old heads on the team, okay? Rudiger, Danny Carvajal, they keep getting injured. They're not going to just be, even if they come back from their injuries, there's still a higher chance of them being re-injured because of their age. Everybody else is kind of getting close to 30. Militao's 27. Trent is 27, which I had no idea he was 27 years old. Fran Garcia is 26. Asensio is 22. And Howson is 20. The injuries just keep piling up, guys. And I just don't feel confident that we can make it through an entire season with this shaking up this defense and putting Carreras at center back or Tchouaméni at center back. We need one more player, but I don't think it will happen. But we need more youth. We need more depth. We definitely need more pace out there. And we need somebody to just be a sentinel for those aerial duels, man. Like I said, like we are allergic to defending crosses. Give me somebody that has the profile of Pepe or Sergio Ramos. I need that player. That's what I want. All right, let's move on to Xabi Alonso. Look, I love this guy, okay? A lot of people are talking real bad about him right now, and deservedly so. And I'm kind of out of excuses for him as well. But let's start back to the genesis of this, okay? Xabi Alonso is a club legend, phenomenal player. Phenomenal player. Became a manager. He did well for Real Sociedad B. He did well for Bayern Leverkusen. He had a pedigree. He was an understudy for a lot of top managers. A lot. Specifically Carlo Ancelotti. And he proved himself at Bayern Leverkusen. Now, that was a completely different team, completely different league. He was able to turn fringe players into phenomenal players and get the best out of them. And now, respectively, a lot of them have moved on to bigger and better things, aka clubs. He could come in there, into that locker room, and assert his authority, right? A lot of those players are looking up to him, know who he was as a player, and wouldn't question anything that he says. That's completely different walking into a Real Madrid locker room where players already know that they're the greatest or one of the greatest in the game at their positions. How do you come in there and say, hey guys, I'm going to make you better when players already feel like they're the best? They've been doing the best, right? You can't come in that way. So Xavi Alonso has not been able to assert his authority. He's tried it, especially when he was benching players, specifically Vinny. But a lot of those things have blown up in his faces, whether he got a bad result or the substitution worked out in the player's favor instead of his because he was trying to prove a point or send a message. And this is blown up in his face. So I don't think he's been able to assert his authority, unlike a Zidane or a Carlo, right? And then throughout the games, he constantly keeps making these formation and tactical changes and lineup changes. He's confusing players. He's slow with his subs. He's been making weird subs. There's no lack of structure. And the biggest thing is the players look unsure. And the Real Madrid identity is fading away, guys. And that leads to us not having that aura anymore and teams not respecting us or fearing us anymore, which is crazy to say. We are soft in the middle right now, guys. We are very soft in the middle, and we need to fix that. We just need Xavi to really assert his authority and stop playing games and stop tinkering around. By now, at this point in the season, you should have a preferred 11 and a preferred formation. There should be consistency. I don't think the club is too big for him. I think he can do this. And right now, there's no time for a learning curve as a manager at Real Madrid. And I know in my last video I said he had 4 games, but after the Girona match, he has 1, and it's this one. The pressure is unique here at Real Madrid, and some would say it's unrealistic, but it is what it is, big time. Now, let's get into my lineup and wrap this up because this should be very simple for Xavi Alonso. Courtois in goal, easy. Left back, Carreras, easy. Center backs, not so easy. Rudiger and Militao played great against Girona. They did. Militao was phenomenal. And Rudiger, for him to come back and play the way that he did, I like that. I liked how they were feeding off of each other. I think Xavi Alonso, he just can't help himself. He's going to make a switch back there, and I think it's going to be Howson and Militao. So I'll put that in there. Trent is going to be on the right. He needs a babysitter, which leads me to the midfield. Fede Valverde, he's going to be on the right. He's going to be babysitting Trent when it comes to defensive responsibilities. Tchouaméni, dirty work. Glad to see him back. Jude and Arda are going to play together, and we're going to get this solved out. Okay? Stop saying that they can't play together, guys. They're too intelligent. They're too good to not get it. All right? It's going to happen. And that leaves the attacking roles at the top. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying that you want to see Gonzalo Garcia as a natural 9 up there, but this is not the game to do that. This is not the game to introduce that and put him out there. The pressure is too high right now. The pressure is too high. Don't throw that kid out there in a must-win game. So it's going to be Vinicius and Mbappe. We're going to get stuff done. If Bilbao plays that high line, they're going to cook. All right? They have to cook. With that being said, with my 11, do not be shocked if Xavi Alonso just completely blows it up and does something out of left field because that's what he's been doing all season. So he's just too unpredictable right now. So those are my thoughts, guys. All right? I don't like making match preview videos anymore, to be honest. But this game is too critical. This moment is too critical. And I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Is Mbappe helping or hurting this team and its balance? Do you think Jude and Arda can play together? And who should be the 8 and who should be the 10? Do you think we need another defender or more defenders, either in a winter window or just wait till the summer? And what are your predictions for tonight? Right? Like, we're going into the San Mamés. Bilbao are in 8th place. But again, blood in the water. What do you think is going to happen? My prediction, I think we're winning this game 2-1. Okay? I would like us to see get on the front foot, score early, and put the game away early. They might nick a goal, but I would like to be up 2-0 at some point in this game, to be honest. I just would love to see that. But let me know. Drop your thoughts. I read the comments. Thanks to everyone that puts their comments in the videos. I read them. I respond. You guys provide good insight, banner, and counterpoints. I appreciate that. That's what we're supposed to do. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new here. I'm trying to build something special here. I'm at 660. The road to 1,000 is still in effect, guys. All right. We might not make it to the new year, but it's still in effect. So help a brother out, okay? Love you guys. Appreciate you all. Thank you. As always, a la Madrid. Peace.